Most e-commerce businesses and email agencies focus on two main metrics when it comes to email marketing: open rates and click rates, right? The problem is that those two metrics, they don't give you a accurate description of what your retention strategies are doing to your business, and it doesn't give you kind of a high level overview of what exactly is going on with your retention efforts, right? And that's why I'm super excited, because today I'm gonna basically cover what retention metrics you should track as a e-commerce brand beyond open and click rates. All right, so with that being said, let me dive right into it. The first one, which is extremely important, well, before I dive into the actual metrics, let me cover the importance of, well, those retention metrics that I'm gonna cover later. Relying solely on basic email metrics such as open rates and click rates can create a false sense of success. You see, while these metrics show engagement with individual emails, they fail to provide a high-level view of how email marketing impacts your overall business performance and customer retention. Advanced metrics offer actual insights into customer behavior, purchase patterns, and long-term value. By focusing on this, you gain a deeper understanding of, one, customer loyalty. So are your customers coming back? Essentially, what's driving the return or what's preventing the return? Campaign effectiveness. So which strategies lead to actual revenue and retention rather than fleeting the clicks, right? And profitability. You see, are your efforts improving short-term and long-term ROI, or are acquisition costs outweighing gains? And this is extremely important. So with that being said, let me dive into the actual metrics right here. The first one, which is extremely important, is repeat purchase rate. So what it is, it measures the percentage of customers who make a second purchase. Why it matters? Retention is more cost effective than acquisition, as you may know. A high repurchase rate indicates strong customer loyalty and satisfaction. Of course, if you go beyond a certain, depends on the business, but if you're relying too much on your current customers, on your repeat purchase rate, then that might mean you do have a problem with acquisition, but that's another topic for another whole video. So how to use it, how to use this specific metric right here. Track this metric monthly or quarterly to measure retention trends. Use the insights to improve email flows like post-purchase, win-back, and loyalty programs as well. This is extremely important. This is a very basic, yet extremely important advanced metric, if you will. Okay, moving on, we've got AOV for first time versus returning customers. So what it is, it measures the average revenue generated per order, segmented by first time and returning customers. Why it matters, it helps identify purchasing behavior, differences between customer segments, or between first time purchasers and returning customers. So it basically allows you to put together strategies to increase AOV for both groups, right? So how to use it? Design upsell and cross-sell offers tailored to each segment, and use those insights to craft targeted email campaigns as well for those two segments, which again is the first time and returning customers. Next, we've got the LTV in 30, 60, and 90-day timeframes. So the revenue generated by a customer over a specific time period could be 30, 60, 90. I highly recommend you track those three. So why it matters? It assesses short-term and medium-term profitability, especially medium-term if it is like 90-day, right? That can be considered short-term as well, but just for the sake of this video, let's consider that a medium-term. So it basically indicates the success of onboarding and retention strategies. How to use it? You can compare LTV to customer acquisition cost, CAC, for ROI analysis and see exactly where your business is at, and if you have a healthy ratio that I'm gonna cover actually later. That's another metric we can definitely track. You can identify high-value customers and target them with exclusive offers as well. You can have a VIP flow, for example, which works really well. Moving on, we've got the returning customer revenue. So what it is the revenue generated by customers making repeat purchases. So why it matters, it highlights the value of loyal customers and reflects the impact of retention marketing, so of your retention strategies. How to use it? Monitor the growth in this segment to evaluate retention strategies and leverage the insights to allocate more resources to loyalty building efforts. If, for example, you see that the revenue coming from the returning customers is very high, of course, it makes sense to double down on that as well, right? Moving on, we've got non-customer versus customer segment percentage. So this is kind of the percentage of your email list that has not made a purchase, non-customers, versus those who have, so a customer segment, right? So it indicates the effectiveness of lead nurturing and shows the potential for converting non-customers as well. So how to use it: create separate email strategies and calendars for each group. So for prospects and customers, right? Whole different strategies for those two. So you can use exclusive offers or educational content to convert non-customers, for example, which is extremely important, of course. For this metric is really important as well. Moving on, we've got the one-time versus repeat customer segment percentage. So what it is the percentage of one-time buyers compared to repeat customers. So here we had non-customer versus customer segment percentage, and here we have one-time customer versus repeat customer segment percentage. So 2+ orders, right? Why it matters: a high one-time buy rate indicates gaps in retention strategies. If someone purchases once but they never purchase again, there might be a gap there, right? Repeat customers contribute significantly to profitability. As I mentioned in the beginning, the repeat purchase rate, having a high, healthy repeat purchase rate, is extremely crucial for e-commerce success. That's why, again, this is so important to track. So how to use it: you can implement email strategies to encourage repeat purchases. So post-purchase upsells, win-backs, etc., etc., etc. And you can use segmentation to focus retention efforts on high potential customers as well. Moving on, we've got the subscription program membership growth percentage, which is something that I would say maybe 5% of brands actually track. So what it is, it tracks the growth rate of subscription or membership programs. Why it matters? Well, subscriptions provide predictable revenue and high LTV and reflects customer trust and satisfaction. All these essentially, this percentage right here. So how to use it: you can track churn rates to identify retention issues, and you can promote subscriptions through dedicated email strategies as well. A really important metric to track. Next, we've got time between orders. So what it is the average time between customer purchases. Why it matters: helps identify engagement gaps, indicates potential for accelerating purchase frequency. How to use it: you can adjust with this info right here, you can adjust email strategies to prompt repeat purchases within a shorter time frame, right? And you can monitor trends monthly to spot seasonal changes as well. Next, we've got 60-day, or it could be 30 or 90, but I just chose 60-day in this case, which is a good starting point. So 60-day LTV growth percentage tracks LTV growth over time. Why it matters: reflects the effectiveness of onboarding and retention efforts, highlight areas to improve short-term and medium-term profitability. How to use it: compare growth rates to identify successful strategies, and then use insights to refine acquisition and retention strategies as well. Of course, you want to make sure this is as high as possible because you want to increase your LTV as much as you can, because that's going to allow you to spend more money to acquire customers at the end of the day. Okay. Next, we've got 60-day LTV, CAC ratio. So this is the ratio of 60-day LTV to customer acquisition cost. Crucial, extremely important. It indicates the profitability of acquisition efforts. A healthy ratio, 2.5 to 1, 3 to 1, depends on your business, or higher, suggests sustainable growth. How to use it: optimize acquisition costs to improve profitability, and monitor this ratio monthly for ROI insights as well. So finally, we've got the 60-day contribution margin. So what it is the profit generated within 60 days as after subtracting variable costs. Why it matters: it provides a clear picture of short-term profitability. It highlights the effectiveness of early retention and upsell efforts. How to use it: focus on you can actually use this info to focus on high margin products in retention strategies. And please analyze this metric to refine post-purchase strategies as well. So what tools to use if you want to track all these? Typically, we stick to 3. So we've got, of course, obviously Shopify. We use Shopify Analytics to take a look at some of these metrics. Really, of course, straightforward. Klaviyo, obviously, as well, to create some segments and see exactly what the percentages are and get some insights into different buckets of your audience. And then, of course, but Lifetimely, which is a tool I really like, and that's gonna allow you to basically identify cohorts and I basically analyze your data. So that's pretty much it for this video right here. Thank you so much for watching. If you found value in it, please don't forget to drop a like and a comment. If you're running an e-commerce brand doing over 50K per month right now and you want a high performing email marketing team to handle your retention marketing, please book a call with me. A link to my scheduler is going to be in the description box below, so feel free to go in there and book it time that works for you. With that being said, thank you so much for watching, and let's see you in the next one. Bye bye.